Hello, fellow people of the internet, and welcome to another episode of World of Tanks Quick Guides, where I give you guys a quick look into different aspects of games and their mechanics. I'm Freddy and our winner, and today we'll be overviewing different battle types in World of Tanks. This is going to be a longer episode. I could have split the video into each battle type, but I didn't want to go into that much detail as this is supposed to be a quick guide. The Battle of World of Tanks is started when the player hits the battle button, obviously. After that, the battle types are chosen depending on your game settings. If you don't know about game settings, please eventually check out my World of Tanks settings guide. I will be uploading soonish. And there are currently 4 different random game modes in World of Tanks: Standard, Assault, Encounter, and Grand Battles. By random game modes, I mean non-pre-teamed game modes, such as tank companies and clan games. I'll be going over things like strongholds and tournaments later in a different episode. Each game mode has slightly different maps, playstyles, and strategies. I will be going over each one in depth, but let's start with the basics. Standard battles. Standard battles are the most simple game type in World of Tanks. Both teams are given 15 players per team. Matchmaking gives each team an equal amount of tanks of each tier, making each game as fair as possible. For some reason, Wargaming wanted to stick with the number 15, so they also made each game 15 minutes long. Each battle starts with 30 seconds to allow time for players to load into the game. If you load in early, use the time to strategize and plan your original positioning based upon the map, your tank, and what tanks your enemies have. This early strategy can make the difference between a novice and an advanced player. There are 2 ways to win a random battle: capture the enemy base or destroy all enemy vehicles. Capturing the base in a standard battle will take 1 minute and 40 seconds, or 100 total seconds, with the player in the enemy cap circle. Each time another player enters the capture circle, this time is cut in half, up to 3 players. When a player capturing the enemy base takes damage, that player's capture points are reset. Destroying all enemy vehicles takes 15 tanks killed on your team. The score on the top of the screen gives you the total amount of kills on either side. When one of the numbers reaches 15, that team has destroyed the entire enemy team and the battle is won. If neither team has destroyed all enemy vehicles or captured the enemy base by the time 15 minutes are up, the battle ends in a draw, meaning a defeat for both teams. Even if one team has killed every single tank on the enemy team but one, while their team still has 15 tanks remaining, if the timer runs out with anyone on both teams surviving, the game will be a draw. Another way to force a draw would be for the last remaining player on both teams to die simultaneously. This is extremely rare, but it is still possible. It's also extremely painful for both sides to be so close to victory, yet so far. Rewards you gain after the battle depend upon your role in the game, whether you win or lose, and other aspects. Again, I will explain that in a later quick guide. There are currently 36 maps available for standard battles, with a 37th coming soon. Actually, it's already come out. Province. Spawn locations are almost always positioned directly across from one another on the map and near in the allied capture circle. Allied and enemy base location depend on the map, so learning each map from each side is a major advantage for more advanced players, as positioning is a crucial part of victory. I will also be making a video on positioning on maps for different tank types in a later date. So much to do. The next game type possibility is Encounter Battle. This type, along with Assault and Grand Battles, can be disabled in the settings. In an Encounter Battle, there are still 15 minutes of gameplay unless the game is won earlier, and 15 players on either team. There are currently 15 encounter maps, and each spawn is still typically located across from one another on the map. The main difference, however, is the single white-colored cap circle located in the middle of the map. Both teams' goal is to either capture the base located in the center of the map, or destroy the 15 enemy tanks. The game is played almost the same as a standard battle, except for the mechanics within the capture circle. When one player enters the capture circle from either team, the timer will start as normal and resets will occur in the same way as a standard battle. However, the capture of an encounter battle base, that's the word, will take 3 times as long as a standard battle, 300 seconds, aka 5 minutes, though it's realistically 4.5 minutes. Again, this timer will be halved for every extra ally that enters the cap circle, up to 3 allies affecting it. However, if an enemy enters the capture circle while the other team is capturing, the capture timer freezes at the point the opposing player enters the cap circle. Even if your team has 3 players in the circle, if the enemy team has 1 player in it at the same time, the capture timer will not change. The only way to capture the base in an encounter battle is to remain in the capture circle without allowing the enemy to enter the capture circle themselves. Because the capture circle is located in the middle of the map, it is vital to send some of your vehicles to defend it throughout the game, else you risk an early defeat by capture. Like with standard battles, if neither team captures the base or destroys all enemy tanks by the time 15 minutes end, the battle ends in a draw. The final 15 vs 15 game mode is Assault mode, more commonly known as Attack/Defense. This game can also be deactivated in settings. Again, the spawns are typically located across from one another on the 4 available maps. Also, the game is only 10 minutes long this time. Like the name suggests, you are either attacking or defending. The defending team spawns by their base and tries to stay alive for 10 minutes or kill all of the attackers. Their attacking team spawns across from the base and has no base of their own. The attacking team has to win or capture the enemy base as usual. However, the defending team can either destroy all enemy vehicles or stay alive and keep the base from being captured for 10 minutes. If the timer runs out and the base has not been captured and defended players are still alive, the defenders win automatically. The final game mode, finally, is Grand Battles. This is the most recent game mode and consists of stunning 2 maps. There will actually be another game mode coming out soon called Frontline, and I will definitely be going over that later. However, in the meantime, Grand Battles. You can only play this game mode in Tier 10 tanks. It's a Tier 10 standard battle with 30 players on either team. That's it. Everything else is the same. Yeah, that's all I've got for that game mode. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed my second World of Tanks quick guide. I know that these are taking a while to come out, as my last one came out several months ago, but I have to keep writing a script and putting tons of editing into each one, and yes, I do use a script for these. Anyways, no one will really care because I don't get that many views, but I still appreciate your non-existent viewing patience. Thank you and have a great existence. Really? That's how I'm gonna end it?